Vice President JD Vance says that the United States needs to acquire Greenland and says that he ultimately believes that they will acquire Greenland. Does he mean by force? So before we get into any of my feelings on this story, first let's play a clip from the vice president to see exactly what he said about Greenland. Here's the clip.
Territory, Greenland, really matters for the security of the United States. It's extremely vulnerable right now. And if the people of Greenland were willing to partner with the United States, and I think that they ultimately will partner with the United States, we could make them much more secure. We could do a lot more protection, and I think they'd fare a lot better economically as well. This has to happen. And the reason it has to happen, I hate to say it, is because our friends in Denmark have not done their job in keeping this area safe. They just haven't done it. It's very simple. For all of our friends in the American media who attack the administration for pointing out the obvious, what is the alternative? To give up the North Atlantic? To give up the Arctic? To China, to Russia, and to other regimes that don't have the best interest of the American people at heart? We have no other option. We need to take a significant position in Greenland to keep the people here safe, but to keep our own country safe too.
So the Trump administration has made it very clear that they are trying to acquire the territory of Greenland and incorporate it into the United States. It's honestly, it's a very strange thing, and I have a lot of feelings about it. But before we get into that, it seems obvious to me that the Trump administration is trying to find a way to make it seem like the people of Greenland actually want this acquisition. So, what's up on the screen here? This is from the Independent. U.S. officials went door to door in Greenland to find anyone who wanted to be visited by the Vances. They found no one. Greenlanders' response: no thanks. Residents aren't the only ones stubbing the second lady ahead of her high-profile visit to the island, to like travel, which is based in Greenland's capital city. Initially, it said it would host Usha Vans, but then pulled out on Thursday. They said, after closer consideration, however, we have now informed the consulate that we do not want her visit, as we cannot accept the underlying agenda and will not be part of the press show that, quite, of course, comes with it. No thanks to nice visit. Greenland belongs to Greenlanders, the company said. So, for those who are unaware, Greenland is a territory of the country Denmark. Now, the Trump administration has been saying that Denmark has not been doing their job, as we heard JD Vance saying in that video, and that now it's a something to do with national security, to which I've never heard anything about this before in my life, about how Greenland is somehow unique to the United States' national security. I don't know exactly what's going on there, if this has something to do with the trade routes going up in the Arctic Sea, and trying to compete with Russia and China, who have been using those routes up there, and how this kind of plays into the, let's just call it what it is, the ongoing Cold War between the United States, between Russia, between China. But the real question is, are we really going to try to take away this territory from the country of Denmark? I mean, that would mean going to war with a fellow NATO member. And I just do not see how you're going to sell that to the American people. How is it that you're going to convince the American people that, yeah, we have to go to war with Denmark to acquire Greenland, so let's get ready to go die for this piece of for this piece of territory? I just don't know how you're seeing that. Are we going to leave NATO in order to do that? Is that what's going to happen? Because if we didn't, well, then if we were to attack another nation in NATO, wouldn't that mean that every other nation would declare war on us? It's all so convoluted. I do not understand what the actual goal here is, but it just really kind of ties back into the BS that we heard for so long over the last couple of years about how Trump's saying that he was some anti-war president. If he was in charge, all of these wars happening in the Middle East wouldn't happen. The war in Ukraine wouldn't happen. And since this guy's gotten to power, all he has done is threaten war with Panama, with Ukraine, with Gaza, with Iran, with Canada, now with Denmark. Like, all this guy's doing is essentially mongering fear. And that's after he's been actually issuing strikes in the countries of Somalia and Yemen. So the idea of Donald Trump being an anti-war president is kind of a joke at this point. So Greenland has made it very clear they do not want to be a part of the United States. In fact, they've also made it clear they don't want to be a part of Denmark. What they want is their independence, and I hope that they get it. Because at the end of the day, what is really is clear to me is that these people do not want to be living under anyone else's rule. They sit there, they govern themselves. They don't want Denmark in their business. They definitely don't want the United States in their business. And that's probably why we're seeing hats like this floating around Greenland right now. Thank you for watching this video of independent thought. If you liked the conversation, please go ahead and give the video itself a like, and be sure to subscribe for future episodes on the channel.